Guten Tag. Here we are again. We're going to finish round 2 of sauerkraut. Now, what we've done is these have been sitting for about 3 weeks in the I basically put it in the bathtub with some towels over it. These were loosely closed, and if you look inside, you can see that you have basically 2 layers here. About this much of it is kind of a little bit more darker, almost a grayish brown, and then this part down here is still very green. The reason why this is a different color is that it has been exposed to a little bit more oxygen. It doesn't mean that that's bad. It still is good, and it's good to eat. Now what we do is we take it from this jar. Oh, one thing that you need to look at is you look inside the jar. And sometimes you'll have a little bit of mold or something growing on top. These jars this year don't have any mold, but if you do, you just take out the mold and throw it out, and then you can use the rest of it. It doesn't mean the whole jar is bad. All right. So, what Ambrose is doing, Ambrose, can you say what you're doing here?
Putting it in the jars.
Okay, you're taking it out of the jars and you're putting it in here. Now the reason why we're doing this is we want that the top layer and the bottom layer all to be mixed up. So he's mixing that up, and then he is packing it in the jars. Now we are packing both pint jars and quart jars. Okay, so you can see all these pint jars that have already been packed, and I'm going to show you how we put this in the pressure pot now. Okay, I'm going to hand the camera over to my dear wife. On that. So as you can see here, there's little pieces of sauerkraut hanging off. This is no good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it over to the sink and very carefully hold it over the top so they can see. Very carefully rinse off the outside of it, and that all that cabbage will just fall off of there. Make sure you don't get any water in there, and then just take your fingers, get it wet, and clean off the top. Now we come over here, and I have some lids that I have heated in water, and you don't have to boil them, but just nice and hot. I simmered them, and now it's just sitting in warm water. Here's my pressure pot that I have. It's ready to go. I have 6 already in there. I'm going to have another one. I have my other big pressure pot ready. I can put about 28 pints in here, or 18 quarts. This is a great pressure cooker here. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take, this is just a toy magnet. You can buy magnets, but I find that these are actually a little bit stronger and they work better. I'm going to pick up the lid here out of the water. Make sure that there's no cracks or anything on here. I'm going to set that on there. Put the rim on. Make sure it's on straight. And tighten it down, and I tighten it down tight. Now I'm going to put it in the pressure pot here, like this, and I'm going to start by turning this on high until it starts to boil. Now I'm going to put my lid on. Let me grab my lid here. Where did I put my lid? There it is. Now let me show you the inside of this. This is the old style with the rubber gasket, and you want to make sure that the gasket is even all the way around, that there's no gaps. So that looks good. I'm going to face it so that the gauge is facing forward. I just set it on there like that and give it a twist, and it's locked. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wait until, and we're going to watch this port right here. And when this port starts steaming a constant stream of steam, then we'll put the weight on here and we'll start seeing the pressure to come up. So I'm going to pause it now and I'll show you what that looks like in a few minutes. Alright, so you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not, but you see the steady stream of steam that's coming out of there. A nice good flow of stream. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to take this top, which is a weighted top. This one just has a standard weighted top. Some of them, like for this canner over here, there's one that has different weight pressure indicators on it, 5, 10, and 15 pounds. But this just has this, and what we do is we just put that on there and spin it. And then what I'm going to do is I want to wait until this comes up to 10 pounds, which is straight up here. Okay, when that gets to 10 pounds, then I will shut off the heat, let it depressurize, and we'll be done. And I'll show you that later. Okay, we're back again, and as you can see, that is right up at 10 pounds. This little stopper here is standing up, which it does as soon as it starts to pressurize. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to turn this from high to off. Okay, double check, make sure we're off. We are. And we're going to wait for this to go down, and you'll know when it's safe to remove this and remove the lid when this little pressure point goes down flat. All right, so we'll wait for that. Okay, so I want to show you something. You see that the pressure gauge is registering 0, but the pop-up pressure is still up. Until that comes down, do not open this pot. It'll blow up on you. It's a good thing to know. While we're waiting for that to go down, I want to show you this wonderful pressure cooker that we have. Look at that. This is a double stack row. There are 14 pints on the top row, and I have 9 quarts on the bottom row of that. So that's 14 plus 9 quarts. That's a lot of kraut that we can do in one batch. But this is the moment we've been waiting for. As you can see, the pop-up thing is down. I'm going to take this off now. It's safe to open it. And basically to open it, I'm going to just take this and push it that way. And honey, if you can come here and hold this for me, I will lift it off. Just hold that like that. Okay, watch what you're doing. All right, now when you lift it up, you want to lift it up and point it away from you, because that's going to be hot steam, and you don't want that coming in your face. Lift that up away from you, and just set this over here somewhere. And there they are. Now you can take these out and set them on the counter and put another batch in. And that's how you do it. Now this is how we do it. Some people will cold pack these, and you would just fill them with water over the lids and bring them to a boil. And I don't know how long you're supposed to boil them, maybe 10-15 minutes or something like that. You'd have to look it up. Some people add sugar to their mix. We don't. This is the way we've done it for years, and it's always worked out well. So until next time, I have to say Auf Wiedersehen. Enjoy your kraut. I hope you enjoyed what we did. Leave your comments below, and if you have any suggestions on the ways that you do it, I'd love to see it in the comment section. Thank you. We need some music to play with this, don't we? Do 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 do.